So we didn't actually find out that we were going to be at Stamford Hospital until we got to Fort Dix or McGuire. And then we were anticipating going to New York City. I came with a group of 20. And then when we got to McGuire, they called out a name of, they said these 5 names will be going to Connecticut. So it was me and all the nurses that actually came with the group of 20 that we came with. So, and from there we were shuttled onto a van and we were brought to Stamford. I guess what was going through my mind is that just the anticipation of getting to the destination, because the thought had been with us since we found out that there was a potential to be mobilized, and we knew what it was going to be supporting, and that was to help COVID patients. So when I got here, it wasn't necessarily about the location, it was just more about getting to the hospital, acclimating to get to work, to be able to help these folks. So they have us scheduled 12-hour shifts. We do 3 12-hour shifts in a row, then we get a day off, and we repeat that cycle. So when we walk in the morning, we meet up with Air Force and Navy nurses, and then we get assigned to teams. Usually it's teams of 4, 2 rooms, 4 patients, and then we help, you do the shift change with the night shift nurses, and then we kind of get a feel for what the acuity level will be for those patients, what their needs may be. So to find out that, we sit down and we look at all the records, and depending on what we need, because part of taking care of these patients is because we are expected to get into full gear as far as the mask and the gloves and the face shield and the gowns. We have to go into rooms with the anticipation that we do the most we can in that time period, because we don't want to waste the PPE. We want to kind of conserve that. So then we started doing a cluster care. So we look at what the patient needs. We go into the room and try to get all the medicines done at the same time, try to help them with the meals, if they need to be changed, and do our assessments all in a kind of a concentrated time period so that we do the best we can for them in that time period. I approach all the patients with the care that they need. So it's humbling. They're appreciative of our efforts. I don't know that they all grasp it, that we're maybe from the military, but I don't go into the room saying, hey, I'm with the Air Force. I go into the room saying, my name's Jen, and I get to take care of you today. In the military, you're being a service to the nation. As a nurse, you're being a service to patients. So it kind of transcends any distinction between the two, because to me, nursing was a calling to begin with. So going into an environment that's familiar in the sense of what it means to take care of a patient, it's just part of what we're here to do. I don't know how else to explain that, yeah. You kind of get a feel for everybody's journey through this virus is a little different. Some are more resilient, some take a little bit more time to recover, but the efforts that the doctors have and the nurses have to kind of support that is, we're all on the same page. The goal is the same for every patient, and it's nice to see when they do get to recover and get to go home. And I don't know if you've heard it since you've been here, but they play a song overhead. It's a Beatles song that lets folks know that, hey, we're sending somebody out the door that has recovered from this virus. Aside from the patient care is the camaraderie of what it means to work with the Army and the Navy. We don't get to do that on a normal day-to-day mission. Even when we deploy, we don't necessarily get to have that tri-service interaction. So that's been the most humbling, is recognizing that even though we're in different services, we're all nurses and we're all kind of guided by that same commitment to the patients. And that's been just amazing. I know I'm going to walk away here with some friends, some new friends. I think that the efforts that we have provided and that we were able to support have been appreciated just across the board, from the civilians to the different services that we've been working with. And I hope there's more to come of that, because I think a collective effort makes a stronger effort.